Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, as you can see from the title of this video, we are doing a story time yet again. And before we get any further, I was eating, so I hope my teeth aren't nasty. My obvious disclaimers when we are doing story times: please do not take anything that I share in these stories to heart. Some of it is truth, it's all truth, but some of it is just banter, so don't take anything that I say to heart. Also, anyone who is involved in my stories should not really take this as a personal attack or anything. I'm just sharing things that were happening in my life around the time, so please don't take anything personal, guys. Like, don't. And of course, with all of my experiences and my choices, they are not signs for you to go out there and make the same mistakes. Okay, do not take my stories or my experiences as a green light to go put yourself in these situations, okay? Especially if you are not of consenting age. If you're young and you're watching this channel, let's get right into the story time. I'm filming late at night, so I'm going to cause a cool, but I hope that this is good enough for you guys to hear me, okay? All right. So this story time is about the time I was in a relationship, and girl, I was so gone that I made a lot of compromises, which included me, you know, stopping a lot of my own interest in my lifestyle to accommodate my relationship, and basically let my partner govern my choices. Yay! But you guys will get to see and understand how and why it happened, and just maybe an overall idea of like a toxic relationship. And again, I don't want this to be a situation where I'm calling the person out to be a bad person. I absolutely don't think so. I still genuinely feel like he is a really great guy, but it's just like the relationship was a mess. So let's get right into the story. If you are interested in watching, please hit the like button, and of course do hit the subscribe button so you can become a part of my team, my family. I don't even have a name for you guys. Do you guys want a name? Everyone can comment if I want. You guys want a name? Just comment down below if you guys think I should have a name for you guys. That's why guys, I think I don't know. But yeah, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Hopefully we get there before the year ends. So support the girl, man. And if you want to, I would appreciate it if you would share this video in your other social media platforms. Anyway, let's get right into it, child. Guys, so much happened in this relationship, so much that we would spend the whole day here. So I'm just gonna hip hop it up. Yeah, so I met this guy in 2017. We met in such an organic way, honestly. I was walking from school and he walked with me. I was living a Gomery. I was living at Gomery, one of the off-campus res there. So he also literally stayed in the same yard. So he walked me home, and he was really like charming. Like, he had Landoman where he would speak to people and they would be interested. Like, they would really be Tautini, I don't want to say captivated, like to make it seem like it's this deep thing, but he really had a very sweet personality that people would gravitate towards. He's also very like confident, so those are the things that really kind of attracted me to him. And we were just like, we clicked, you know. We were, and I like that. If I meet a guy, the most important thing for me is how the chemistry, like how we get along. I literally want to be with someone who's like my best friend. I don't want to, you know, be your pretty girlfriend and you like my guy who makes me happy, sure, but like what I'm trying to say is that I want to be silly with you. Like I want to do stupid things with you. That's the type of relationship that I like. You know, I want to be silly. I want to throw around banter with you, and I want you to get that. And another thing, this guy was literally my exact same age. Like we were born, we shared a birthday. Like we were born on the exact same day, 25th April 1995. Yo, 1995, 1996, exact same day. Which is another thing. Hey, like I don't really have a theory against dating older guys. I mean, younger guys. I really don't think I date older guys. I don't. But also like dating someone your exact age is also kind of like I don't know, okay, but I did it anyway because once again we really got along. And he was Zulu, and I'm a bit of a stereotypical person. I do have a stereotype against Xhosa niggas. I will not date Xhosa man. He would have to be exceptional for me to date him. And now I have a stereotypical idea of Zulu guys because of my experience with a Zulu guy. I'll never date a Zulu guy. Now he would have to be exceptional. I do have a habit of falling in love with someone very quickly. Like Mina, I will take 3 business days to fall in love with you. What else? So it was a very impulsive decision to get into a relationship with this guy, but I did it anyway. And he had a very like demanding schedule. He studied at NMU, and he studied something that was very demanding, so much that he would study like at midnight and he'd come home at like 3 a.m. and instantly I became like the supportive girlfriend, which is absolutely fine. Like there's nothing wrong with taking care of your partner or like being there for them. No, there's nothing wrong with that. So I became that, so much that I would cook for him. I would make lunch for him when he was going to study. Like I was that girl, which I was totally okay with because I was supportive, and I absolutely loved how ambitious he was, because I just knew that this guy is going to be really successful because he works so hard for everything that he does. And he was that type of guy, which I absolutely loved. The relationship was really balanced. It was a very young, pure kind of love, you know, like we really cared about each other, we really loved each other, but it started getting toxic. Okay, so the flags where the whole thing became toxic, and I'm gonna be stereotypical, but I do think that Zulu people in general are very like, let me have a sip, child. I'm not drinking wine today, which is so much unlike me. I do have a bottle of wine in the fridge, but I needed something else than be fresh, man. Especially I went out last night, so I really want to feel fresh and light today, and I know wine is going to be quite heavy, so I'm having a Bernini Classic. I don't really like it. I like a Bernini Blush, or the other one, the new one, the gold one. Yeah, not this one. Yeah, but such like Zulu people typically are very cultured people, and he was exactly like that. The toxicity started when he would like start to throw in the ideas of like, wifey, and I think it toxic lando you by you wifey, guys, especially to someone like myself who pours themselves into a relationship. So he would really be like, I want to marry you, I can just see us together like that, da 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 da. And I saw it too, you know, like a part of me would really be like, okay, I could do life with this guy. He's ambitious, we get along, we click, then let's do it. Like, we can both build our careers and be, you know, create a beautiful life for each other, you know. So he was like that, and that was great, that was sweet. But it really started becoming a thing of, oh, you can't do this, I don't want a wife that does this, I don't want a wife that, you know, acts like this, or I don't want a wife that says this and that, you know. And he also was Christian. Hey guys. So he also was Christian, and then because we got along and we were very open with each other, we started having conversations. And given that, guys, around this time, like, I was young around this time, that's why I said that me getting into a relationship was very impulsive, because I really was just living my best life around this time. Like, I wasn't looking for a relationship, man, just going out with my friends, having a good time, and that was like the life that I was enjoying. But I also then realized, well, okay, I actually do want love, which is why I got into that relationship. But it started being a thing of, excuse me, wine does not do this. He started acting funny whenever I would talk about like going out, which is something I was doing before I met him. He would like be very like standoffish about that, and I picked it up, but I was still like, no, this is my life, I can do whatever I want, right? Until this one time I went out, and he would really just be cold, like after the day after or the night that I come back from going out. He would be standoffish until he eventually said that he doesn't appreciate the fact that I go out. He doesn't see a wife. He doesn't see himself having a wife that goes out and stuff like that. And it even started being a conversation of like, no, your friends are not good influences. And at that time, for me, it was just like, okay, he knows like me. He knows like the real me. He knows what I want in my life. He knows where I, like, he knows the person I am, you know. And I thought he was just trying to protect me, like he had good intentions at heart. So him saying, man, I advise you not to go out, and your friends are not, they don't really care about you, which is so wrong, because a person shouldn't isolate you. Like, your partner shouldn't isolate you, even if they are trying to protect you in some way. But to blatantly try and paint a weird picture of someone else's friendship so that she can only have you is quite toxic. So it started being like that, where he'd always like be angry. Guys, this one time I went out with my friends. I came back from Cubana. I remember we went to Cubana. We came back quite late. He had given me like a curfew, not a curfew, but he was like, we agreed on the time that I would come back. And obviously, you guys, at the club, like, going home at 12 doesn't make sense. It doesn't. They haven't even played hip-hop yet at 12. So I got home quite late, and I went to his flat, because remember he stayed in the same yard. So I went to his place. He literally I got there and he was like sleeping. So I went in, and he literally pushed me away and called me his family. What is family? I was like, what? I was so shocked, because I've never had anyone speak to me like that. Nah. Me. Obviously, I was quite traumatized, and I obviously addressed this with him, and he kind of like brushed it off and made it seem like Vele, he was right to say that, because why am I going out? Like, he doesn't think that it's good for me. And I eventually stopped going out, guys. I stopped going out. Like, I'd always have excuses when my friends would like try to make plans. I'd always be like offish, and until eventually, like, I just stopped going out. And I would hang out with him. I would meet up with him. If he also played an instrument, like he would perform at concerts. I started going to those concerts, guys. That's what I did with my life. Instead of like hanging out with my friends, I wouldn't do that. Or I would have to lie and make excuses if I wanted to hang out with my friends, which was kind of weird, because why? Mind mind you guys, we're the same age. Like, we are literally the same age. He started having an issue with my makeup. Like, he would literally say negative things about my makeup and wigs. He would really, when someone really encourages you, and he knew that I was really passionate about makeup and that sort of stuff, so much that it's like a career, like it's something that I wanted to have in my life, you know, as like a career, which is why I am on YouTube and I do create beauty content on Instagram and stuff like that. So he knew that this is something that I really cared about. And guys, for him to try and distance me from that was so hurtful. Like, that's the one thing I tried to fight, in the sense that, okay, I wouldn't care if he didn't like it. I would still talk about the things that I like. I'd still want to take pictures for my content. I would still do everything that I do, even though I could tell that he was standoffish about it. Like, he did not encourage it. And more than anything, he also had like remarks about, I studied and graduated, but I'm not using my qualification. Like, I'm wasting it, essentially. And I was like, no, I don't have there's nothing wrong with studying. That's great. And I do encourage people to study, but you also need to work for everything in life. Like, you actually need experience to work. You have to have a hustling mind, you know. And he'd always be like, no, school is the way, blah 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 blah. But I would still fight, guys. We would actually have arguments about like hustle mentality and like finishing school. So I stomached that until I remember this one time. It was our birthday, and I took him out because I started working in 2017. Like, I graduated and then I started working. He was still studying. Money wise, I don't really want to like get into that, because also dating, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be very I don't know, but like having more money than your boyfriend is also quite tricky, especially if you are dating someone who has those weird it has fragile masculinity. So Ukwana is under this weird where you're always the one paying the bills, you're always the one doing everything, which I didn't have a problem with, because I liked doing bougie stuff. I liked doing fancy things, so I wanted that. So I find I make a reservation, guys, for our birthday to like a really nice restaurant. And honestly, sometimes he would also like be willing, and he enjoyed it. Sometimes he would literally even thank me, Geshem, and be like, "You're the it was my first time doing this," and you know, he appreciated those experiences, because I like to do stuff. I'm very adventurous, and I enjoyed that he appreciated our experiences, like our relationship in that respect. Because like I said, I like to do everything. Spa dates, movies, diving. I want to do everything, and he hadn't experienced all of that, and so I was the one who really advocated for that. So I book a reservation, we get there, blah 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 blah. It's our birthday. We order everything, we're drinking, we're having a beautiful dinner, and then all of a sudden he starts looking at me in like a disgusting way, where he's like, I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm looking at you, and it's like, I don't recognize you, because it's all this makeup and all this hair. And I was really like, what? It really hurt my feelings. I remember, I think I even cried, and then he did apologize and to shut me up or something. And I was like, you're really ruining my birthday. I did my makeup. I think I look beautiful, and you are dissing that? Hey, shame. But and guys, I gradually stopped putting on a lot of makeup, especially like if we're hanging out together. I stopped wearing wigs. Guys, I grew an afro for this nigga. I grew a whole afro and I went natural, and he really liked that, and I was like, okay, guess I'm doing something right. I can't believe I did this because it's not even like me. It's not even like my character. And that's the whole thing about a toxic relationship. And I'm not trying to be here and like make it seem like, you know, he was okay, he was really toxic, but so was I, you know. Now I had like as an element. You remember I said that I was working and he wasn't. Sometimes I really got frustrated by the fact that, wow, like my boyfriend can't do this for me. Like I have to always be the one doing something, you know. And I remember I used to always push him to work, because he, like I said, he was very ambitious and very talented, and he used to just help people out in jail, like with everything that he could do, with all his expertise. He used to do favors, and I said no. I really pushed him to start charging people and getting paid for it, and eventually he started charging people and he was getting paid, and I was so proud of him for that. But we really would argue about that stuff a lot. So as doesn't Mjolo we took and I remember this one time, I think where the icing don the crack of the what as you call le phrase et the tip of the iceberg, something like that. Yeah. Is when this one time I made dinner for him and he had a gig, so he was out playing and performing. And I remember my friend invited me to go to downstairs to our neighbor's place because we were going to play games and drink and stuff like that. So I said no, I'm not gonna go, like my boyfriend's gonna come back so and I've already cooked, we're just gonna hang out. Yeah, well, like you could go alone. And it got so late, my friend was eventually like, dude, just come play, you've been waiting here all day. So I went downstairs and I played. I went to go play games with these guys, and as I was playing the games with them, I got a call. Like he called me and he was like, he's outside. So I'm happy, I tell everyone, oh guys, I have to go, blah blah blah. And when I got there, he was fuming. He literally was like, he wants the keys, because I had his laptop. He wants the keys, wants to take his laptop. And I said, Abba, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I follow him up to my room and he opens the door and he just takes his laptop and he's angry. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? And he's like, oh, he heard me there laughing downstairs with other guys. I was like, seriously, I've been waiting here, and now you're pissed that I was playing games. And he knows those guys, like they're really chill guys, we've all played together. I'm telling you, it got so bad that he like almost broke my door trying to leave. That's when I knew that nah, I can't do this, I can't do it anymore. So I obviously, again, when things started getting shaky and we would break up, and we would make up, he would literally, if like we would break up and I would also be like, yeah, you know what, we gotta go our separate ways, this is too much, this is too toxic. And then he would be the one to be like, no, a real woman or a real wife would fight for your relationship here too. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear you say, you'll never give up on us, you'll never give up on me. Now I'm getting better, but yeah, you're right, like I'm gonna fight for us, we're gonna be okay. Hey. But I remember I got to a point where I really was like, I can't do this anymore. Like this is not fun. It was so bad, guys. This one time we argued at the club. We didn't argue. Yeah, we did argue at the club. So much that we were out, ne? So I was the one who was going to have to Uber us to my place, because he lived far from the restaurant and I was like the restaurant area and I was closer. We fought so much that he left. He just walked out and I said, go. I was angry, Namke. I said, go. and he left, and I knew that he wasn't gonna be able to Uber or drive home or what. So I just let him go out there. I don't even know how he got home. I still feel bad about that, because I was like, wow, something could have happened to him. And I was so angry that I just didn't even care. I was really like, I hate this. Like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want... Yo, guys, the arguments is as in we argued. And that was... I've never experienced toxicity. I've never experienced a toxic environment like I had experienced when I was dating this guy. And I think we probably dated for what, 3, 4, 5 months, ganji. But it was war. Okay, it was war, because I'm a Taurus, I'm stubborn. He's a Taurus, he's stubborn. So we clashed. Like the day we ended things, I remember he was going on vac, and we had been doing this on and off thing. And I remember I went to his place. I said, we're gonna have a beautiful day. And we had a beautiful day. I'm not gonna fight, we're not gonna what. We had such a lovely day. And when he said goodbye, he didn't expect it, but like I was saying I was saying goodbye for the last time. I was really like, I'm gonna be gone. And when he left, I never spoke to him again. I remember, and he would try to reach out to me. He had even said Merry Christmas to me or something like that, and I just never responded to him. And then eventually he blocked me again. I unfollowed him now on social media, and that's how that relationship ended. I heard from a friend of mine who does the same, shares a few modules with him, that he kind of still thinks about me. And when he found out that I had a child and everything, he was like, that should have been him. Like, I should have been having our child. He wanted, like, he wishes that he had hoped that we would be living that life together. And again, I have nothing against him. I still wish him all the best. I do believe that he's going to be successful one day, and I hope he never gives up on his dreams. But man, that relationship was, I don't want to say hell, because it was, when it was lovely, it was lovely. I've never felt that comfortable in a relationship as much as I did when I was with him. I was really like myself. Like, I really let, like, Nandi open, and I poured myself in. And I think to have even allowed the control to occur is because of how invested I was in the relationship, and how much I really cared for, you know, him and the survival of our relationship. But can't get wrong, guys, when it comes to submission. Like, there's nothing wrong with submitting. I think that thing is also very subjective. Everyone has deal breakers, and we don't all share the same deal breakers. There are some things that you might never do that I would, you know, and vice versa. So what happened here, I lost the footage, like just the ending. So I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah!